The angrier you get, the stronger you become, versus the calmer you get, the quicker you become.
Calmer. I'm a calm dude.
Fast
Angry.
I get angry quick, so
So you're gonna get
can
strong.
strong as shit
I
because
can
I
control my
rage.
anger. In the gym, I can release it easily.
Well, that's
if
a
I
good
have
point.
big
You can get
set.
super pissed in the gym.
So
and
I would just be like,
that's a great caveat.
I think all of us can get really pissed in the gym, but I like the calm before the storm of the set. I close my eyes and I think.
well, what are you going to go run around then?
I go quick. Oh yeah,
That is a good point. If
Yeah,
you're
fuck
calm,
that. I can't.
I
get
get
calm.
quick
I'm tense all
activation
the
of my
time.
muscle fibers.
I would
Well-
never get to use my power. I'd want to get quick, and it'd be like, no.
think about this. If you're baked as hell on the couch, you're calm. So it's
So
like
you-
if you
Oh,
want to
still
go get some
can't.
snacks or some shit,
Still can't. I pick the strength.
We'd just be high all the time. Just running around.
That's such a good one, bro.
Not helping the world.
You
in
turn
any
into the
way.
Flash, so you just keep getting higher.
just a fat flash.
Yeah. Welcome back to the D2 podcast. Around the table, we got Zach Blachik, Nick Justice, Lance Hefner, myself, Zach Devo. Back behind the camera, we got Luke. Full crew is in today. You'd use code D2 with Bashmouth Gum, code D2 with the Flavor Gang, and welcome back to the episode. Like, follow, subscribe, please.
Hell yeah.
How we doing?
Great.
I just listened to our intro song the other day, and it's actually pretty fire.
Oh,
What?
where have
Yeah.
you been for the last
Yeah.
40 episodes?
I was like, dude, this is happening.
All your hard work, Luke, is being just completely ignored.
You see
by-
how
By
much
one of the
Zach
cast
appreciates
members.
you.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
That's right.
At least you're bringing it up now.
Yeah, it's not for you; it's for the listeners.
I
Which
was gonna say.
they've been going up, so thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Please
bro.
keep sending it to your
Uh-huh.
friends.
Appreciate
We
y'all.
actually got an email from YouTube. It said, "Congratulations, you have now outlasted like 88% of podcasts."
Yeah. Where's our play button?
That's sick.
Yeah,
Shut
it was
the
just
fuck
like a
up.
random. It was just a random statistic email, but yeah, like they said, most podcasts don't make it past the 1 year mark.
That's crazy.
And most podcasts don't make it past like episode 65 or something like
Yeah,
that.
we still
We're
haven't-
well into the 70s. So.
We still haven't made it past the false information category, though, on YouTube.
Hey,
we are doctors.
one day at a
so-
time.
Yeah,
And
we are.
and
No,
we
we're
are-
physicians. We're
we are
physicians.
physicians. So
No, practitioners. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Practitioners.
That was my joke.
I didn't mean to say it.
Hey, man, the amount of people in the world now that have certifications that do certain
Dude,
things that
oh
aren't
my God,
qualified
dude.
for.
So that's on our topic. So let's
I
just get right
identify as
into
a
it.
practitioner.
So it's pretty easy these days to work out for what 6 to 8 months.
if that.
Grab a NASM certification.
Yeah.
And maybe some.
You were one that was going to say the same thing.
How about not maybe some enhancements and then
Some
fucking,
surgical stuff.
hey, I'm looking for 10 beautiful women
Bro,
trying
and the-
to get in
and-
the best shape of their life.
And the thing is, too, people 110% that do not know better will be attracted to these certain individuals that have credentials but nothing to back up their credentials. Your credentials don't mean shit unless you can produce results. And they'll just look at social media. If somebody has cool pictures on social media, they'll be like, that's a great coach.
right.
Bro, pictures don't mean shit. Followers do not mean shit.
Are you? Wait, hold on though. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
So
sorry.
IFBB
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm like it means I'm a good coach, right?
Wait. I think when you become an IFBB pro, that automatically makes you a
I
great
don't-
coach, not a good coach. Great coach.
I don't need comparisons.
No, not at all.
You see mine.
I think you can just. I think you can go ahead and make a fucking ChatGPT goddamn plan
Yeah.
and send it right over to that person.
Yeah, but seriously, no, you're spot on. I mean, we were just talking out back. You guys got to watch out what you do with your sheets and who gets them, and make sure that the
Yeah.
right people are getting them.
A lot of copy and
And-
paste.
Yeah, because it's real. It's kind of a very common thing that we're seeing a client get with a coach, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later they're like,
Well,
no,
Cam
I'm-
booted one guy from the roster. He sent
Yeah.
a group
I-
text
we're-
and was
I've
like,
kicked people
"Yo,
off for
like whoever's using my sheets, because I know who it is, better step up. Otherwise,
Yep.
you're getting thrown off this team."
Yep.
And sure as shit, he did. I was like, "Oh damn!" all
And the
right.
dude,
and that's at that level. Imagine
Yeah.
when these newer people are just popping up. You don't think they're just caught?
Yeah.
Like they don't know where to even begin with that.
there was a point where there was one of my clients that I was mentoring, and this was at a position where I had not given him access to anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like, if I'm going to mentor you, when we get on our first call, I'm going to give you access to everything. And we got on the first call, and everything was identical, but changed the colors.
Yeah.
But like before we got on the call, and before he shared his thing over to me, he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm kind of using the same layout as your sheets." And that was our last mentorship call together, because I'm like, "Motherfucker, no refund, you're off, like you're gone." I'm like, first and foremost, that's stealing. It's like I never once took any sheets that from my coach without even asking ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not that hard of an ask. Hey, I'm looking to work with a couple people.
No.
You know, your sheets are really easy. I'm not going to be a competitor of yours.
Lance
I just
asked
wanna
me,
have,
and I'm
3,
like,
4
fuck yeah.
clients. Yeah. And
I got Cam's old sheets.
right.
And I have like
Just
even
said, here's
now.
my trash.
Yeah, like even now, like I have some like where like I do it different. So like I'll use the sheets that we all similarly use for like all like competitor athletes, and then for general health, I do just like a standard Word document where
Yeah.
everything's just.
Oh,
laid
that's
out.
right. You do that.
Yeah, just because it's a little bit like, because I think for a lot of, I mean, we all know, like to us, those sheets are like super normal because we know what to look for, but
Yeah.
the amount of detail that is in them
They are a
to
little-
someone that's
yeah.
new
Yep.
can be like, holy shit.
Yes, they get overwhelmed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I've learned with like a general health person that where it's just like just weight loss or like body transformation is the goal. Just a simple Monday through Sunday layout on like a Google document sheet
Something
of just
they
like
can just print quick.
it's it'll
Yep.
like for me like I do I saw like kind of how Kyle Wicks is like someone posted one of his plans in the off season, and I really liked how he did it because he gave like a step by step. Here's when you're gonna take like your supplements in the morning breakfast, but like it would say like 90 grams cream of rice or like 70 grams of oats or like 200 grams of liquid egg whites and like a protein pancake powder. So like the macros for a lot of my just weight loss clients, like they're obviously they all
Right.
line up.
Yep.
But I'll put like 3 different options
Yeah.
for each meal for like each protein source, carb and fat. Just because it's like, okay, dude, if you can't follow this and I'm giving you like 3 to 4
Right,
options
right.
per meal,
Yep.
I don't know what else. Like I'm at the point now where like I've like a couple months ago I was actually bitching to him about this, being like, oh well, you know, just make it as easy as you can for the client. But it's like at the same point, we're trying to get some disciplinary habit
sure.
changes out
Challenge.
of you. So for the love of God, if I'm gonna give you that much variety and you're still struggling,
Yes.
we need to have a different conversation
And
at
that's
hand.
100%.
Your
dude.
motivation
And
is
speaking
there.
of that, like when
Yeah.
I was telling Devo and Zach outside when you guys were smoking, is dude, the amount of times where throughout my journey as a coach, where a client would be like, "Hey man, can I swap in this for this? Can you swap this for this?" Because they don't know how to use like the drop down box on the meal plans, and because rightfully so, because they'll fuck it up with all the formulas,
I've had
and
that.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But literally, it's like one of those things where, one, yes, like as a coach, we are 100% there, always there for our clients. But it's an inconvenience always going in, pulling up your phone, switching something out. I'm like, dude, you cannot stay consistent with one simple thing.
No.
So it's like I made a spreadsheets with a bunch of formulas and a macro database where they'll have like, okay, I have instructions, literally 4 simple instructions. This is what you do if you want to swap out X amount or whatever food source you're using. Chicken. What you do is you type in the amount of chicken that's on your meal plan.
Yep.
And then to the right, it'll automatically adjust every protein source if you want to have that protein source instead of chicken. And it's not that fucking hard.
No, dude.
Right.
And, yeah,
Like, dude, if you want beans as your protein source, not the best protein source, it'll show up as
Disgusting.
black beans as a protein
200
source.
grams. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude,
So
it's
gross.
like, what more do you want?
I'll try to keep my clients' plans the same for at least like 4 weeks.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
like no non-negotiables. Like unless I'm seeing like, yo, like this is really fucking my stomach up, whatever that case may be, that we are not switching shit for like
No.
4 weeks.
Yeah, that's
'Cause we are building this fucking discipline, motherfucker.
And I do.
Yeah.
Discipline
No,
is
for real.
one of
No,
those
for real.
things,
Yeah.
bro. Discipline's one of those things where you like people think that discipline just happens, and it's a learned trait. It's not hereditary.
no.
Like
Right.
if your parents are very disciplined individuals, and you grew up with that, but they never instilled that in you, then you're not going to have it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By doing
Something
more
you
things that
gotta figure
require
out then.
discipline is what builds discipline. Just like doing more things that require grit and fortitude. That's what builds those things, you know?
I was at the barber shop the other day. I was telling these guys I was at the barber shop, and the owner loves me.
Oh, the dude's hyping you up.
When I come in, he
At
just
Cairo?
asks- No, so I've been going to this one of one studio right in Greenfield here. Just a bunch of Hispanic dudes, and they're so fucking funny. But they all love lifting, but are just these skinny fat dudes, you know, like where they have pretty toned arms, but then just the big beer belly.
Yeah.
And every time I come in, they're like, "Hey," and I'll sit down and they'll be like,
"Guy, what I look like?
How's work?" And then within 2 seconds, one of them will be like, "So I have a question." Like they just break the ice, and then they'll be like straight into it. Like first one was all about creatine this week. And at one point, there was like 4 people getting their haircuts. It was 2 black guys. Yeah, it was 2 black guys and this just butch lesbian, like stacked butch lesbian. And by probably 15 minutes into the haircut, and it's usually about an hour, every one of them was taking turns asking me questions.
No way.
Like the one black guy goes like, "If I'm trying to swap rice, what are some options I could swap for?" And then I answered him, and then all of a sudden the butch lesbian chick goes, I do a lot of like squats where I hold the weight out here." And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's pretty good as long as you can keep it on your quads and feel the pump." And she was like, "Okay." And then it would just go up and down. Asking questions. I'm like, holy shit. But then the number one thing, like that whole hour conversation, the black guy at the end asked the same question that they all started with, which was, "So man, if I really just don't eat consistently, like none of that even matters?"
Yep.
And I went, "Yep.
100%.
And then I stood up, paid the guy, and they were like, "Damn, that sucks." And I walked out because all of them were like, the whole time we're just coming up with excuses why they can't consistently eat food.
You said.
Yes.
No, and then at the end they were just all like, "Yep, well, that'll never happen."
It really makes you realize, because like in situations like that, yes, you feel good giving your knowledge.
No, it was
you
a
feel
blast.
good.
I had
You
a
feel good
blast.
sharing, and then you start to see like the little sparkle in their eyes. But there's
Goes
so
away.
many times where I've given, and this happens to every single one of us. We give this free fucking knowledge that people literally pay us for.
Right.
And you know for a fact that not a single person is going to take that in consideration, and they're just going to make excuse after excuse after excuse because they're living such a comfortable fucking lifestyle, and they think that like the opportunities are just going to get handed to them to make themselves healthier. No, you take the opportunity. Like you literally have to grab the opportunity not when it passes, but you grab it when you create it.
Remember that one guy at the
the
pool?
The best. That's
I
the
got
best
stuck
example.
talking to this.
Fucking annoying.
Stuck talking to this dude, Nick. You would die. You would have died laughing.
Nick would have had his
You
ass
would've
for lunch.
Yeah, for
I
real.
would have
dude.
been like, what? But no, I got stuck talking to this dude, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I could definitely like do it if I wanted to. I just have a lot of responsibility." I was like, "Oh,
fuck?"
And
He's
none
like-
of it was bad.
I was
None of
like,
it was
"Oh,
hard.
you have kids or something?" And he was like, "Well, no, but my wife's got like 3 dogs, and she works third shift, so I have to be with the dogs." I'm just like,
No,
Bro,
he
what?
tried to have him fooled. Hold on. He tried to have him fooled. He kept saying the family.
Yeah.
"Oh, that's
He-
right."
You remember he kept saying
That's why I asked.
He kept
if had
going,
kids.
"Yeah, I got the family, you know, and it's just a lot." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I know it is a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, I just, you know, the family takes up so much time." He goes, "Oh, how many kids do you have?" He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, like, 'cause
Oh my
I don't
God.
think you thought he was gonna
The
ask."
color
Yeah,
left
yeah,
his
yeah.
face.
And he kind of was just like, "Oh,
You could
What do you
tell.
think,
well,
bro?
he's like, I got the
I'm
2
gonna ask.
dogs," and I go, "I have 2 dogs too."
Yeah. He came in
And I just stared at the side of his
Yeah.
head because I was like, "I'm done with your excuses."
Bro,
Yeah,
I've stopped
yeah,
being
yeah.
nice to those people in those
Oh, that's
conversations.
wild.
I like, bro, when I was at the wedding with my cousin, like there was a question they're like, and they all know that I'm on fucking gear,
right.
and they're like, "So like if I started taking that, I'd look like you." And I said, "Not a chance." And they all started laughing as if I was joking.
Right.
And they're like, "You're
You have to work
serious?" I'm
harder.
like, "Yeah, I'm serious."
Right.
Like not a single one of you has the discipline to achieve anything naturally.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, you guys don't have it. Otherwise, you'd look different.
Right.
And it's like, and also too, not just visually, your lives would be different.
Right.
Like your home life, like they all complain about their fucking, relationships, marriages, friendships, all
A lot
this
of it's
stuff.
going to start with the
And I'm
person
like,
that's
dude,
unhealthy.
it's like, obviously your health is such a priority in life, but dude, instead of looking good, what matters first is how your home life is, your kids, how you're taking care of them, like that shit. If you had the discipline there first, it would carry over automatically into your health. Like,
Right.
and I would say it's so fucking annoying how soft our fucking society has become, but
Aaron?
also how our society, going back to the topic that we literally just started with about anybody can become a fucking coach, how our society only views the important things, the tangible things as important.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? As they only view society or social media as the only credential that they look for when it comes to finding somebody to give a service to them.
That's a great transition topic. I want to start talking about social media a little
Fuck
bit
yeah,
because I
let's
had
do
that
it.
in my notes too.
I hate
Lance and
social
I,
media.
let's just say we've been going on like a social media like journey together in the sense of we've been kind of practicing the same, I guess, approach.
A huge shift
to
in the
social
past
media.
few weeks.
It's been a mass unfollowing.
Yeah.
And oh my God,
The
have
best.
I felt
The best.
so relieved.
Mentally.
Because obviously we're bodybuilders. We kind of need social media. If I could,
would
if I
delete it.
wasn't a bodybuilder, I probably would be off social media completely.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it would have been
Right.
gone.
I think we
and
all
I don't
would be.
think I would ever have needed it. But now I still feel this need for it. We do the podcast.
Yeah.
It's such a
We're
business builder too.
Right,
so it's
right.
just like,
And
It also is a
if you
pride. It's
wanna
a
make money,
prideful
that's
thing.
the
It's
spot
a
to go.
non-negotiable for
Right,
us.
right,
It's a
right.
non-negotiable.
If
It's
I never had
non-negotiable.
social media, I'd never be hostile.
But there's a healthy way to approach it, and there's
There
an
is.
unhealthy
You have
way,
to
and you
really
don't
be
really
careful.
see the line until it's like right in front of you.
Yeah.
And so we've been kind of seeing it, and I've pretty much unfollowed. And this is nothing against any of our followers or anything, so I want people to know that I've just pretty much unfollowed anything that like even has ever just given me a little bit of
Slight
like
irritation.
a slight stress.
Yep.
Good.
Because social media should not be that way.
good.
You know what I'm saying? Our life has enough stress that if it even caused me like a moment of like, why would you say
Dip.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Dip.
just- and it's nothing against anybody, but it feels so good because when I'm scrolling through now, it's like sports, anime, superhero stuff.
Yeah.
A couple
Oh, yeah.
bodybuilders
Some,
that
crum-
are
some
yeah,
good crumble cookies.
You know what?
some
Fuck it,
good
dude.
food,
Like,
and
that-
I'm like, this feels so much better than like
100%.
ass cheek fucking drama thing. You know,
No, dude,
Like,
just by
dude,
you
it's-
guys saying
it's-
that, that
it's-
kinda inspired
It's
me.
for
Yeah.
real, dude. No, like we've really dove
It's
into
felt
it over
so
the
good.
past few weeks, but it's like, you know, we talk about as people that, you know, like, you know, if all you do is talk about the color red, all you're gonna see is the color red when
Right.
going outside, and it's like you don't realize how much time. Just because of like what we do, and I mean it's habit. Like I bet you like majority of people, especially in our age demographic, are on Instagram and
Yeah.
social media for hours at a time, and I don't think like you really realize how much of an influence that plays on you till you actually sit down and go, holy shit, that is like what my eyes and brain are consuming over and over and over again. And then the moment you just start trickling it out, you just start noticing. You're just like, oh, like I think we were having kind of a heart to heart earlier.
Simulation.
Well, me and him had like a heart to heart earlier this week, and he just gave me such a good piece of like mind and just like one text that sat really well with me that I just keep reminding myself is like, obviously your reality is whatever you create it, but you essentially give power to everything in your life.
yeah.
Like you yourself give every situation the power and the weight that it takes down on you.
Yep.
And you can simply get rid of it by just waking up and being like, fuck it.
Yes.
I'm done with it.
Yes.
Like truly, like
that's the
he
best
texted
realization.
it to me, and I don't know why, because just obviously we all know like my my like overthinking anxiety, but like he hit me with that, like I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday,
Yeah,
and it was like one of
Wednesday.
the best things he's hit me with, and so like I like literally was at work and I'm like, fuck it, like why am I allowing all these
Yes.
things to carry all this weight and all this pressure, and then you just start going through and you're like, well, just get rid of it. Like, you know, we always talk about positivity and
Yes.
like only keeping positive things around us. But how often as people do we just allow like even just the slightest thing that someone could be doing at the gym, like even someone with bad form.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, for example, something as
It'll
slight
eat me
as that,
alive.
you could sit there and all of a sudden I could just be like, God, why is he doing that so
Yeah.
fucking stupidly? Like that's totally fucking wrong.
See,
but it's like I'm
They're-
allowing that to actually bother me
Yes.
that much.
Right.
I could simply turn a 180, go right back to my workout and focus on the fact that I'm working out with a buddy and having a great memorable moment, but I'm allowing that dog shit form on that squat to literally ruin this moment that I'm
Pause.
living in.
The only reason I bring it up to you guys is because I get a rise out of you guys, and I think it's funny.
Well, no, it deserves to
But
be
no, I
brought
mean,
up.
like it's fun. It's fun to joke about shit like that.
Because
but
I never
no.
think about it after. I just walk away. I just want to make you fuckers laugh.
No, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's fun to joke about shit. But even him and I talked about it the other day. Sometimes even just like joking about it, we'll sit there and we're like, but we're still bringing it up.
There's always
Yeah.
that
You know
little
what I
bit-
mean?
A little bit of
Right.
truth in every joke.
You know what I
why-
mean? Like they always say that like whenever someone goes, I'm just fucking with you, brother. It's just like, there's
Are
a
you,
little
though?
bit you're not.
Yeah.
You were thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why one of the reasons why I mean that's like kind of a side tangent, but I'll get right back on topic. But what you just said there, Lance, is that's the main reason I stopped watching the news in my junior year of college. Bro,
It's tough.
the news is fucking bullshit.
It's
crazy.
The news is they're trying to spark the emotion
just gonna piss
of
you off
everybody
every
that
day.
watches based upon their opinions instead of giving you facts for you to make opinion.
Yeah.
The news is no longer news anymore. The news is just the political bullshit of what's happening in D.C. that day.
What is everything in our society built on right now? What
Emotion.
Emotion
Sells.
and drama.
It
Yes,
sells.
and drama.
Yeah,
It
and,
sells.
It does.
That's
And
why
I think it's ridiculous when people literally trust the news.
right.
It's fucking stupid.
It's all drama.
Question to actually add into that. Do you guys think that it's just a lack of like awareness on like the fact that they're definitely being swayed? Like obviously, right? Like 2 news channels could give one true story, like you said, and flip it a million ways. Or
Yes.
do you think it's
Humans have like
or do you think it's actually like a lack of like they just need something going on in their life
Humans
because
have-
they
it's
don't
a
actually
mixture
have
of
anything?
things.
Yeah.
It's a
Do you think
mixture of
like
things, but
like it's hard? I'll be
we're
honest.
supposed
and,
to be hunting and surviving all
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Like I know
We
this.
got- we
and supporting our family, but
Like,
I think
stuck
it's an
yelling
outlet.
at the TV.
It's an outlet. I honestly think that the news over time has purposely became a manipulation factor of
It's like a reality
the
TV show.
of them looking at
Yeah.
society as peasants because they know that the reactions of people for a split second, those people will forget about their problems in the world and blame it on the government.
Isn't it funny?
There's a lot of blame that we can place on the government, but a
That's
lot of
true.
times the people are like, "Oh man, fuck this. This is going on. This is going on. Like I'm just gonna vote this way to change everything in my life." You know, blah blah blah. When no, you control your own fucking
yeah.
life.
That's the worst.
The
yeah.
news is such a manipulation tactic, and 100% it is,
Right.
bro. Because if it was not, then it would be them actually reporting facts from an unbiased perspective, not controlling the narrative,
Money.
and then that you create your own opinions based upon fact.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Drama
money,
sells.
Money and greed has overran this country
Yes.
to the point where there's like 2 major companies.
Dude, bro,
they
fucking.
own either of them, and
And
that's
I
how
put
you
a
keep
lot
the
of money into them.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is that
Yeah,
every
nope.
news outlet, it does not fucking matter if it's left or if it's right. The top shareholders of these news outlets is BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Those
forgot.
people own the news, so they are the ones pulling the strings to control the narrative.
I forgot who was recently. I listened to an interview. I forgot who it was, so I won't say too much on it. But they said that they worked for CNN and for Fox News, and they said at both facilities it was the same.
Yes.
Like emails coming in from the same
Yeah.
company telling them what they needed to discuss.
Exactly.
that day. And they were like, "Wait, aren't these headed by the same
Manipulation. Manipulation.
Just the same company, just going. You're going to talk about this. You're going to talk
Yeah.
about this.
It's all
and
negative
gonna
shit,
be
too.
good."
I kind of want to pull back because what Lance was talking about, and then I kind of brought up the news. But how I noticed that when I stopped watching the news those years ago, my life became a lot better because I wasn't constantly, what you brought up is like, if you always think about red, all you're going to see is red. If I constantly think about politics, all I'm going to see is politics and the
100%.
smallest
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
You know, but also like something that completely changed my life a few years ago was when I started my business mentorship. And instead of me focusing on like, okay, this went wrong today, and me not looking at the things that went right, I would only focus on the things that went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start like the smallest thing that I changed within my life was when somebody would ask like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" When somebody would ask anything after I'd maybe ask them first, my response would be, "Best day of my fucking life." And then they would ask like, "Why is that?" I'm like, "Because it is." Every fucking day, like, dude, you're alive.
Because yesterday's gone and tomorrow
Exactly.
isn't
So
promised.
why am I going to focus on the bullshit from yesterday if today I have every opportunity to make a change of anything in my life?
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I going to not take an opportunity within 24 hours to make anything from a small change to a big change within business, within my fitness, within my discipline, within my relationship, within my friendships with my friends and family? Like, you can make those positive changes every single day in every aspect, in every part of your environment.
Yeah.
To make yesterday just seem like it was just, just inconclusive. And today's the only thing that matters.
You want to hack to that? Find some good friends.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
and
like,
it'll help you.
The amount of friend
good
groups
friends.
that I've had in the
it's-
past
it's
where I look
essential,
back
dude.
where it's like I actually worried about what my friend group was thinking about me, or what I was actually worried about what they were thinking about the other people in my friend group.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so toxic.
So
Right.
much drama.
Right.
Dude, like I when you find a friend group where we all give each other shit, bro. You know,
That's
all
healthy.
4 of us give each
It's
other
healthy.
shit.
We're men.
It's hilarious. We joke around.
If you
Bro,
don't, that's a problem.
but we all know at the end of the day, not one of us is insecure to the point where like, fuck, dude, did I say that? Did I really offend Devo?
No.
Or I'm like, damn, dude, did I really come across this way to Lance today? Like, was I the asshole?
I never think that.
Exactly. And I used to have those friendships where I would
Puts on
think that
I
all the
usually
time.
yeah. I just laugh now. I'm just like, nah, they're fine.
No,
Yeah.
we all are such open books to each other
Yeah.
now too. Though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I have never had a friend
I-
group this close in my entire
we just fucking
existence.
Same.
We just say whatever needs to be said. I mean, we've all gone through a couple things where it's like
Yeah.
we had to have some reality smacked into us for a second. We're like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, dude, and that's not
all
to
4
say
of us. I
shit.
think have
It's not that we-
gotten
It's that
checked a couple times.
we've
It's
all
testosterone, dude. But it's
That
good.
little,
dude.
it's little gargoyle on the shoulder.
yeah.
The halls.
We've all had those times where we've came to each other and be like, hey, man, this is where I'm fucking up.
Right.
Or
This
if one of us doesn't take the accountability,
You know
one
what?
of us will tell us, hey, you need to be accountable for this. You're
know what,
fucking
though?
up here.
Aaron and I were talking about that. That comes like my family. She was like, "Your family is so crazy," because at our engagement party, we kind of got into that yelling match.
That was so entertaining in the end. That was
And
so
Aaron was
funny.
like,
That
"You
was
guys
so
just."
funny.
Aaron's like, "You guys just scream at each other." She's like, "My family just silent treatment. They don't like. It's like like instilled in them that you don't bring up topics." I'm like, my family. She's like, your family looks so happy all the time, but then 1 time or 2 times a hangout, you'll just get into a screaming match. I'm like, but it's because we get it all out
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Yep.
Like,
yep,
I was
yep,
gonna
yep.
say-
I'll be like, why'd you say it like that? And then my sister will
Yeah.
be like, because you're a fucking asshole. And I'll be like, well, you're a bitch. And then all of a sudden,
Oh my
20
God,
minutes
that was
later,
so
we'll be
funny.
playing fucking,
Completely fine.
We'll be playing beer dice or like, just playing whatever game, and we'll be like, anyways, so how was your week? And
Yep.
like,
Yep.
Aaron's like, our family won't talk for like weeks on end.
See,
because
that-
they
I
would
think
get
I grew up
into
in
it.
a loud household.
Someone,
so
yeah,
no.
someone would be like, I didn't like how you said that, and then it'll be silent treatment.
I don't
And
like
then
that.
They don't, and I'm like, no,
That's crazy.
That's why friend groups and relationships and like certain situations, like her family relationship, they can be so affected by not having accountability
Yes.
in the relationship.
Yes.
Like we all kind of have an accountability factor where if someone's fucking up a little bit, we're gonna be like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
pick it up. Like,
And I think, so kind of, dude, I love that you
we
brought
won't
that
get
up
off
because,
that topic, but yeah, last
No,
statements on it.
dude,
I
that
have
makes
an- I have
sense though
another
because like
topic.
my dad's side of the family is 100% like your side, where it's like, yo, if we disagree on something, we're never going to get to the point where we're yelling and we stop talking to each other. We're just going to make like, hey, this is my side, this is your side, and then somewhere we find common ground.
Right.
Somewhere. It doesn't matter if we still disagree on the larger scale, but dude, there's people on my mom's side of the family that will not talk to you for X amount of time,
That's what I'm
X
saying.
amount of weeks, and I think that's really toxic.
That's
Now have that. So
crazy.
Like, dude,
like Aaron's my fiance, and her parents are gonna be my like parent-in-law. I'm like, she's like, I get nervous now when you come to my house. I'm like, because I want to scream. What the fuck? Like if someone says a comment, I'm so used to my family life where I'm just like, hey, fuck was that?
yeah.
Whereas at her house, like someone will make a comment, and it won't be a bad comment, but in my head, I normally would address it.
Bite that
But
tongue
I'm
a
just
little
kind of
bit.
like, I'm not allowed to say anything.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they
yeah.
might lose it if they see
Yep.
that kind of like. Her parents didn't even see the argument. And I told her I kind of wish they had stuck around to see it, so they can see how my dynamic is, so
Yes.
that they know if I
Yes.
ever.
Well, you
am
said
a
that
little
was the
too
first time they
confrontational.
met, right?
That was the first time they met, and they left right before the Vulcanaire screaming match. Like we've had one of those out at dinner at like a 5-star steak restaurant. My sister was like, well, you fucking suck. I was like, I fucking hate you. And I never. My mom was just screaming, crying. She goes, sit down.
Have you seen Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Bro, your family, like that,
Yeah.
what you're talking about literally reminds me of when they sit down
Yeah.
at the dinner table.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Isn't that 100%, dude?
It's exactly what it is.
Same style.
All right, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna do some listener questions.
Or the Olympia predictions.
oh yeah.
Now that
do you
Nick
guys want to
Walker's
adjust
out.
Nick? Yeah,
Yeah, we have to.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
to-
Let me check the list.
that was third on our list, but we can do it now. since
I think we
Zach-
just get it out of the way real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So Samson's probably gonna go to third for me.
Hold on. So I'll just go through. So, Nick,
right.
you had Derek, Samson, Hottie, Nick, Andrew, Martin.
Yep.
So we're going to take out
It's crazy.
Nick at 4. Who would you like to move? Andrew at 4?
I'm going to put Andrew 4, and then I'm going to put Martin 5th.
Wow.
And who's gonna be your sixth?
You got Martin.
My
Lincoln
6th is
top
going to
5.
be,
Oh shit.
what's his name?
Vibrata?
Fucking, he's looking wild. No,
Oh.
I honestly think
Brandon?
Rafael Brando.
No.
Oh,
Weren't you
Rafa?
thinking of
Rafa.
Keem, though? You mentioned him
Oh,
last
yeah.
time.
Oh, I did, but I think Rafa's looking wild,
Rafa?
bro.
Okay.
Yep. I honestly don't think Brandon's going to do good this year. He
All
might not
right.
even show up, bro.
Zach has Derek, Hottie, Nick, Samson, Andrew, Roth. So you had Nick in third. Who do you want in third? Samson, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'll put Samson up there. I'll move up. Who did I have in fifth?
I just
Andrew?
deleted it, sorry. So you have
Andrew.
Derek, Hottie, Samson.
I'll keep Andrew at
4.
Andrew at 4?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
5?
for now. 5. Let's put.
I kind of like Martin up there. Is Brandon coming?
I was gonna put Martin at 6 actually as my new 6th guy.
Who do you want at 5?
Roth.
Roth.
Damn.
He kind of choked there.
Okay, you and I had the same, so I had Nick at 5.
Nick at 5.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think that's very realistic.
I think Andrew will beat him.
Yeah.
Really?
Shape-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
If he can replicate that conditioning that he had at the Texas Pro. If he doesn't, then Nick beats him because Nick's always like super conditioned. So Derek, Hottie, Samson, Andrew. I'm still gonna go Brandon.
Is he coming?
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
I mean, as of right now, he's on the list, but no statements have been made.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Brandon, and then I think I'm gonna throw Akeem in there. Fuck it.
I'll go Rafa in 6. So just say same as Lance, but Rafa in 6.
Rafa's looking wild, bro.
Yeah, he is.
I'm pissed Baruz can't make it.
Yeah, he was looking crazy.
Baruz looks wild.
8 through 12.
All right, we're gonna do some listener questions now that we got that up. I mean, anybody have any comments on the
Wait,
Nick
I
thing?
think one comment I want to make is that even though they did come out, Nick and Matt, that Nick's body isn't responding
I
how they
don't
want it to for him
understand.
to bring the best look possible. I think it's good that they're that transparent, but I also think that there should be some more transparency with all bodybuilders of potential health risks when they do run into them, and I think it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Oh, you
Because
want
I
them
think
to
it-
talk more about
It's a
it?
smart
No,
decision.
they don't
dude.
have
Well, I
to
don't
talk.
get why.
Now, it is private. Medical stuff is private, but I think that it does push the sport in the right direction because I think it does, in fact, I think a lot of those issues of the health side of things are very prevalent in the amateur side,
Yeah.
and they don't talk about it enough either. And I think that the top of the top pros, when they talk about things, really does open the doors for more transparency. And he doesn't have to say exactly what it is. They
Right.
can even say, hey, man, this is what is going on with this type of body system that's not
Liver's not doing so
exactly.
hot, or like
Yeah, and they don't even have to say it's terrible, but it's like, Nick's health is my priority. I told Rally this yesterday. Rally's like, because I was watching a video on it, and Rally's like, I'm not really even surprised that they pulled out, and I'm like, I am surprised. And she's like, why? Like, Nick's blood pressure is probably through the fucking roof. And I'm like, no, Matt Jansen would not let it.
No.
Like Matt Jansen is one of the
No.
most health
Well, I just don't
conscious
get why
people. I mean, that's but she doesn't know Matt Jansen.
Nick hasn't competed in like a year, right?
No, he competed this year. Remember, he did in New York.
Yeah.
New York.
Oh, that's right. But that was only one show though. Like, why?
Something
Anything,
must have
anything,
happened, dude.
anything.
Maybe they were pushing too hard. Maybe stress is high. Maybe he's nervous for the. This is a big showing.
Yeah, man.
I was just going to
It
say,
could have affected a lot of different things. That all of a sudden had that blood work not looking so great, and then
Interesting.
they were like, "It's not worth pushing you to the like unhealthy side of things."
Yeah.
Because Nick's still young, bro.
Yeah, he's young.
Nick's still young, and it's like he still
He's
has
your age,
potential
isn't
to
he?
be Mr. Olympia.
yeah,
25?
very much
He's
so
like
has the
28.
potential.
Oh, he's not 25.
28.
Like 28,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He was
Still
a freak.
young. In the sport, still
He
young.
was a freak at 25 though.
Still
Yeah.
young.
I think he turned pro at 25.
But anyway, those are our
Yeah.
picks. I think. It's obviously pretty shitty that
But you know what? That's a good call.
That
Dude,
happens.
this
Sucks.
is like
Sucks.
it's like a fighting match, right? Like if you don't think that
You're not
fighter's
good to
gonna
go.
keep
You're
going-
not good to go.
Like yesterday, dude, that dude broke his ribs. The coach had to make the call to be like, "Yo, like you can't do this anymore."
That
Like,
was
It's
crazy.
actually a great point that you make right there, putting it in UFC terms, because there's so many
Oh.
guys that go into fights.
well, dude,
that
when you're
disclose
going into
injuries.
fights, dude, you could literally die in that ring.
Yeah.
Like, and
Well,
if your
that,
coach
but-
thinks like it's getting to the point where like your health is going to be majorly detrimented, then you need to like pull
Well,
him
'cause
out.
as
Because the fighter's
athletes,
not
we're
going to
gonna-
want to. Same
yeah.
thing with the competitor. Like,
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
going to want to keep doing the show.
Well,
We're
that
hungry for
Very
it.
well
We're
said.
We're
I was
working.
yeah, I was gonna say, and on top of that, if you're like for Nick, everyone knows like what his and Matt's standard of presentation looks like,
best.
and just like any other competitor, if you know you're not going to be able to bring your absolute best and you and your coach's standard,
Right.
that you can always do a different show.
Yep.
You can always
Bro.
like why would you jump into something to give
Yes.
people a poor representation of what
Thank you.
can
Yeah.
and cannot do like correctly?
Thank you. I literally this just happened with one of my athletes last week
Yeah.
when I was driving up north. He had his check-in, and I sent him his updates that morning. And I called him on the way up north, and we spoke for an hour and a half. And I'm like, hey, man, what would your thoughts be on me extending your prep 5 weeks? And it's not that he's behind in condition. It's just that his body was in a state where it's very stressed out, and it was taking forever to fill him up. Forever.
Just not responding.
It's not that it wasn't responding. It was that his body was, dude, his fucking glutes are coming in. His hamstrings are coming in. But there's a position where it's like the fat around his waistline was not leaving.
Right.
And same thing around his obliques. And he was fucking lean everywhere else. And on top of that, he was noticing his sleep was starting to come down. Yeah. He was noticing, and I was noticing the mental side of things with him, of doubts and stuff like that.
Was starting to crash. Too.
There was energy, and he was doubting himself really heavily. And I said, and so ultimately, within that hour and a half conversation that we had, he was like, "Yeah, man, I think that's the best decision." I said, "Okay, good," because that's what I was going to do anyway. And he then this is what made it an even better decision, because we get off the phone. He calls me back like 15 minutes later. He's like, "Hey, man, can we just pull out a prep?" I said, "You've worked way too fucking hard to even consider that."
Yeah.
And then he was really emotional with it, but it was that position. And like today, I told him his new stuff, the new changes with PEDs, and he's like, "Dude, I think this is gonna really help." Yeah. You know, pulled his trend down to literally 15 milligrams a day.
Yep.
Okay, so 105 per week, and pulled all orals out. And it's just like one of those decisions. I'm like, dude, you are so fucking peeled right now that you're like. A 1,500 carb refeed is absolutely wild, on top of 2 Five Guys burgers and fries.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, now we have another 5 more weeks where I pulled cardio literally in half. And it's just one of those things like, dude, you're a representation of me. I'm a representation of you. I'm not going to let you get on stage with a subpar look, even if there's a little fat left on your physique. But also, your mental health is way more important to me than what we can accomplish in the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I want him to have longevity in this sport because he has potential to be a good pro.
Right.
Burnout happens quick in this sport.
Think about how many times we've seen it, though, in which people just pick a show and they're like, I don't give a shit what I look like. I'm doing that show. Like, that's such a wrong mindset.
So wrong.
But all right, let's move into some questions. That was an awesome topic. Thanks. Good transition.
Yeah, Lance, you nailed that.
Fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Anyways, so we'll start with Nick's question. Would you rather go back in time to meet your ancestors, or into the future to meet your future
family,
or whoever?
Whoa, time out. Can you read that again? Sorry.
Would you
Well,
rather
how
go
far
back
are we
in
going
time
into the
to
future?
meet-
Let's do 100 years, or let's do ancestors.
100 years back, 100 years forward. Yep.
But I'll be dead, right? In the 100 years
so
forward?
you can go visit them. Yeah.
I'd go back.
I was gonna say I'd probably go back
wanna
too,
learn.
I'd
but
go
I
back.
also want to go to the future.
I would go back because I'm not having
back.
kids.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's
So
a
I
good
got
point.
no one to go see.
That's true.
Your bloodline is gone.
I go.
The Devocanet dies with you.
It's just a white screen. I go, nah.
Do you think
Your mom and dad hearing this are like, fuck.
Do you think your sister's gonna have kids?
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
they
okay.
will. But that's
That's
not
a good-
my-
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not your
yeah.
bloodline.
They still get
I'm-
grandkids.
I guess I could say that's my bloodline. Go see what they're up to. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
look at these losers.
Do you want to know what I would want to do? I would want to go
Mr.
back
Olympia.
in time. I'd want to go back in time to really see how good I had it in the current present
Yeah.
day. Because 100 years
Good.
ago, bro, that was the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Dog, 100 years ago, we were.
What were they doing in the 100 years?
Yeah, that was like
ago?
pretty much what 2024. The Industrial Revolution, World War I has
19
just ended.
1924.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard shit, my buddies just went through the Asheville hurricane.
Oh,
Dude, talk about
fuck.
his phone was out for like 4 days.
Oh,
And no one knew if he was alive or not because there's no cell towers, no nothing, and all the streets
People
are
are just
flooded.
chilling on
Yeah.
rooftops.
Yeah, and he was
crazy.
like, they finally got to a hospital, and the hospital was like, no one can come in because so many people were trying to swarm it to like use the Wi-Fi to let people know they're alive, and there were like security guards holding people out, and he was able to link up to it real quick and type, "I'm alive."
No way.
Tell my family.
No way.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's okay, bro. They only need $750 to restart their lives. It's
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
And as FEMA just shipped a bunch of people across the United States, it's okay.
I wonder how
Houses just
hard it was
drowning.
raining for
But
that.
anyway,
At least we're supporting Ukraine.
100 years in the back. We're 100 years in the
I
past.
was going to say, this could go real south.
100 years in the past. Who
It's
we
okay.
meeting? What are we doing?
It's crazy, though. We actually had 2 of
probably do 100
our
years in the
property
past.
managers had to go out to South Carolina this week to one of the buildings, and it's like a manufacturer for like some big company or whatever, but like the photos of like
this
the
is the
town,
second largest
crazy.
natural disaster.
They're sending a bunch of guys from work to
Katrina.
Bro, I'm telling you, every election cycle, there's some fuck shit hurricanes that happen.
There are some fucked up shit.
DEWs, baby.
The weather machines.
There's got a bunch of
direct energy
got
weapons.
huge fans
direct
just
energy.
on the water. Just
They go. It's never reached 6 hours inland. They go. Watch this.
That's wild. This
6 hours inland through fucking the mountain range.
That's
fucked,
Like,
bro.
People in Asheville.
Tennessee is getting fucked.
Asheville was like, "There's no way it'll get through the mountains to us," and they're underwater.
Dude, that's wild.
Crazy.
What's the
Yeah.
next question.
All right.
Now, next question.
We didn't even answer that one.
You both look at him.
Best appetite suppressants. Advice for overcoming appetite.
600
pings.
milligrams of caffeine. What?
Let's go. Let's just go one at a time.
Caffeine
let's
is
say-
good. I would say black coffee was my big one. I just
That's yours. What would be yours?
Appetite
Appetite suppressant.
caffeine.
Caffeine.
Yeah.
To be honest, best appetite suppressant is fucking water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's a good one.
A lot
yeah.
of water and
Flavored
coffee.
zero
Water,
cal, like
yeah.
adding flavor to your water. That's it. And coffee.
The flavor to the water was big. I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
Yeah,
allowed.
but when you shit after coffee, you get so hungry.
it does.
Oh yeah.
But then you just have another cup of coffee, and that
Then you're good.
empty
But then you
stomach
shit after
You
that
shit
one,
again.
and then you get hungry.
Can I add to that too?
And then you're fucked.
When you have a whole pot. Man.
I'm assuming for the appetite suppressant, that's probably someone that's like in a current caloric deficit. Understand that if you are in a deficit, you're going to be fucking hungry. That's
Yes.
the bottom line.
Suck it the
Move
fuck
on,
up.
yeah, move on
Bash
to the
mouth
next
gum.
one. Yeah, bash mouth gum.
Literally, bro.
OD too.
This shit was awesome on prep.
I'm not hungry right now, and I'm chewing it.
Our song.
Yeah.
It's the caffeine.
Hey,
Yes.
one more thing for the appetite suppressant. I think it's really wild. People with what's the fucking one? Ozempic.
Yeah.
I think Ozempic.
semaglutides.
Semaglutide. I think semaglutide was revolutionary when it first came out, but I think there's way better
Better
options
stuff.
in terms of something
Healthier
like
stuff.
retatrutide.
Who's-
Retatrutide. Retatrutide's a much better fucking scenario.
Who's, doctor or the coach that was on Hostile. He's a Mike Israetel.
Oh yeah,
He used Ozempic for his prep.
He helps
I heard a
like
lot of
shit
people,
on stage.
a lot of
He
bodybuilders
looked like shit, and I was like, I don't think that
bodybuilders
helps.
use
I
that
mean,
shit.
you're not gonna be hungry, sure, but you're gonna look.
Retatrutide.
shit.
Retatrutide is a much better option, but it's extremely expensive because retatrutide has an affinity to bind to the glucagon receptor in your body.
Yeah.
I mean, glucagon receptors. Retatrutide is being developed right now for actually curbing addiction with smoking too. Is because it's your glucagon receptors are everywhere in your body, not just with hunger or anything.
I have to say though, it's been so fucking like I love going back and watching NFL football, but now you get TV ads again because
Yeah.
I never watch live TV.
Yeah.
And to see how many
It's a
are
lot.
Ozempic
It's a
or
lot.
some sort of form of Ozempic.
Then it's
They're like-
B-dubs after it.
Yeah, and then it'll be B-dubs, and then it'll be like
It's perfect.
like yeah,
I mean, like we could go on.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then it'll be
This and
semaglutide.
stay.
You can have this. Pin this once a week.
Yep.
And then
Oh,
you're
yeah,
you're
Yeah,
lean.
it's
You know,
an
the
easy
United
sell.
States is one of the only places in the entire world, one of the few countries that actually has commercials, national commercials for pharma drugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Fucking ridiculous.
Dude, they're nuts. They're like, ask your doctor if you want cancer cough.
Yeah, dude,
coughing
it's
up
just
blood,
like they
shitting diarrhea.
speed through all the side effects so that they like, oh, those don't matter.
Make us irritation.
Don't worry
They
about
cause
that.
prostate cancer. but-
Yeah, literally, bro.
Fuck it. people
I
are gonna
love
use
when
it.
they talk about all the side effects that it's going to help with, and then when it talks about the
The
side
one
effects that
benefit.
may
Yeah.
occur,
To one benefit.
it'll be all the same things.
But
that
your
it's supposed to be
confidence will
fighting.
go through the roof.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
Anyways,
Next.
are sauna suits and waist trainers beneficial in bodybuilding?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
I think they
move
can
forward.
be.
Nope.
I think they can be.
Nope.
Now, let's first figure out what context beneficial is. Like, what
Contest
do you guys
prep.
think?
Wear a belt.
Either contest prep.
No, like,
or
what are we getting from a sauna suit, or what are we getting from
What's a sauna suit? I've
Just
never
like
heard of
those
a
waist
sauna
trainer.
suit.
They're like the jackets that have like the scrunchie.
I don't
on
think you
there.
need that.
That's
You're not
zip it up and
a
it's
you're
just
not
like-
a UFC fighter.
Unless you're trying
you
to
don't
make
need it.
weight
It's
for a
essentially
show
like-
or something.
Exactly.
Like,
You're not getting
you don't
ready
need
to go
do all
fight
that.
in
Yeah.
mixed martial arts
Right.
and make weight
That's
at
what I'm
135.
saying.
If you
You're
need to drop
fine.
like 20
You're just-
pounds in like 3 days,
You're
then
just
sure.
dropping water weight. That's all.
That's all
Exactly.
you're doing. You're
It's
not
extra
actually
water.
accumulating fat loss.
And people literally think to this day, and this is really wild, that people think sweating is you burning fat. No, it's your body cooling the fuck down.
I think people have a misconception of waist trainers thinking they're gonna get lean if they wear it. It's not at all the case. I look at it as more of like, all right, control your midsection breathing.
They
so
advertise
you aren't overblowing your waist.
Exactly.
They advertise it as it's going to be tight.
But no,
shrink your waist,
I
and
also
it's
hate
not.
those fucking little machines that you put on your abs.
Those are retarded.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, bro, what is this?
I've almost bought those a million times. Back in college, dude. Back in college, I was like, oh, you can. Like, my one buddy was like, sometimes I just take a nap with them on, and it's like you're getting.
Oh
like,
my god,
so
dude,
a
it's
workout,
crazy.
and he had great abs. And I was like, what?
Really, it worked.
I will say, okay, let me say this. I think
I know I think he was just peeled. But
I think waist trainers, the only benefit you get from waist trainers, what Zach said, is like abdominal control. Because if you're trying to structurally change your bone structure, it's not going to happen with a weight trainer.
if you're trying to change your waist,
I was gonna say there's
waist, get your shoulders bigger.
Right.
There's
And
two
get your legs
ways to
bigger.
keep
Get more
your
muscle.
waist smaller. Yeah, practice vacuums for abdominal and manage your digestion.
Right.
Bingo.
Manage your fucking digestion. Everyone's always just like, oh, he's got gut because of rah rah rah. I'm like, it's probably because something ain't sitting well, brother.
Exactly.
Your stomach shouldn't be fucking like extended out all the time. Like
Yeah,
you
not
should
done.
feel good. You
Yes.
should
Yeah.
feel tight.
Feel
It's
tight.
the Thanos, like you always come back to me. It's just the consistent diet.
Yep.
Everyone's like, oh, I'm so.
Come right back to that. You always come back.
You shouldn't be bloated for
You weren't
days on end.
consistent.
This should.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
And that just goes to show, like, bro, if what we just said with what Lance just said, if that irritates you and you're like, fuck, dude, I don't like that.
Don't eat it.
Maybe bodybuilding ain't for you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not for everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
just go and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like,
fatty.
yeah,
fatties.
Indeed.
All right, next one. Mount Rushmore of fast food items, no Quick Trip. That's what they
Wait,
said.
like individual items?
So random.
individual
Could
Why
you
is
items.
repeat
Quick
that
Trip's
again?
included?
Is gas stations or restaurants? You said?
Mount Rushmore of fast food items, and he didn't want Quick Trip.
No gas
included,
stations.
so no
we all
gas
go one at a
stations.
time.
yes.
One at a time.
Crunchwrap Supreme.
Okay.
You
I'm
knew
gonna
you
go.
were gonna say that for some reason.
I'm gonna go
I
McDonald's.
thought you were gonna say
McDonald's
Taco
fries.
Bell.
McDonald's fries.
McDonald's fries.
Oh, I'm going Five Guys fries because that fills the whole goddamn bag.
I could go.
That is fast food. Yeah.
Five Guys fries.
Yeah, good pick.
All right,
Okay,
Zach, you.
those are sides. Wait, let's pick main.
Yeah, you guys are
I
pussies.
thought it's just
food
any item.
I know, but let's
Yeah,
do let's
we could just
do
two items.
let's do
'Cause we're
one
gonna
for
have a
sides
lot.
and let's do one for
Oh, okay,
main
okay. I see what
main
you're saying.
meals.
Okay, so you want main?
So we got main meals: Crunchwrap Supreme,
Nice.
Give me a Big Mac.
I'm gonna go Five
like
Guys
a chicken
burger.
sandwich. Five Guys burger.
I'm gonna go Five Guys burger.
Love
He
me
put
some
it in
Big
my
Mac.
head.
Oh, fuck. We can't.
What'd you say?
I was saying I agree with Zach. Big Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That goes on yours.
Wait, are we
Right.
doubling up here?
Fine.
Because if they're doubling up, then I'm doubling up with you.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Okay, so
What
then
did you
we'll put
pick?
one of each.
Five Guys bacon cheeseburger.
All right, Five Guys
All right.
bacon cheeseburger here.
That goes on our
That's
overall. So
fire.
we got 3.
Yep.
We got Five Guys, Big Mac, Crunchwrap Supreme.
Nice.
Should we consider Qdoba like or
No.
Chipotle?
No.
Okay.
Fast food means you can go through a window.
No, we actually should though, because people literally think Qdoba and Chipotle is not fast or like not
It's fast
bad for
food.
you when it's dude.
Subway is
It can
It
get
ain't
real
healthy.
heavy real quick.
Yeah,
Subway fast food.
Yeah.
No.
Their oatmeal raisin
Oh
cookies.
yeah.
It is
No, I
fast
would say
food,
just
but
a
like
6-inch
That's so
fucking.
fast food. They make that shit
Subway's
so
fast food. Yeah, it's fast food. Dude, they literally can't even categorize their bread as bread.
No, it's a dessert.
Yeah.
That was a
I was gonna
fun.
say-
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
a
Yeah.
fun topic.
So
that we
that's
brought
for
up.
sure
Yeah.
fast food.
Okay, then let's do a Subway sandwich. I don't know which one.
Wait, where are we? Hold on. I thought we were just doing 4 separate items. Now we're doing
we have 3 items. We need one more. What's one more Mount
for
Rushmore
each
item?
Mount Rushmore.
bro, I don't know.
No, we're just doing
What?
one. We're just gonna do a group Mount Rushmore.
Oh, we're doing a group
So
one.
we have 3
All
on
right,
there.
bro.
should we do a drink?
Fast food, Krispy Kreme donuts, baby.
Yeah.
I'll get it with that. I'll get it with that.
That's
Yeah,
on there, bro.
Yeah.
That's on
A
there.
6-pack.
That's what I like. to
Six
have.
pack.
You want to know what's
Quick Trip,
wild
baby.
though? You want to know what's wild? Krispy Kreme donuts from fucking Krispy Kreme. I've never had them
Warm.
once in my entire life, but I know they're so fucking good. Because
You've never had them?
Everybody raves about them, so it's got to be in there.
Quick trips are better.
Never had one.
Quick
Hot
Trips are
take.
better.
Hot take.
Yeah, but we can't use Crypto.
What'd
So
you
that's why I
say?
did Krispy Kreme. Because
Yeah.
I've had Quick Trips.
Oh, okay.
What
So
did
Krispy
you
Kreme
say?
donuts, assorted flavoring, boom.
Okay.
Now we'll do the 4 quick sides. So we have McDonald's fries.
Okay.
What's like 3 3 other amazing sides.
Five
you
Guys burgers we did. Oh, we did our main. Are you looking for sides?
get. Yeah, we're looking for sides.
Okay.
So somewhere that you have to get something every time you go there for a side.
McDonald's Diet Coke.
That's a drink.
That's okay. Honorable
But that
mention.
is a-
honorable mention.
No,
That's a
that-
crispy.
such a
That's a
good-
that's a
crispy
side.
drink.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
What about?
McDonald's Diet Coke.
We might stick with
I mean,
McDonald's.
I bet
for
it's
this.
in your fucking bloodstream right
Hey,
now.
Okay, I got one. When I used to go to McDonald's, they not. That hurt.
Did you just hit yourself?
He's just like,
wow, just getting hungry over here.
I'm awake.
I never keep it near my
I
face.
felt that like up here.
Jesus. Right on.
Anyway, when I used to go to McDonald's, I would always get a snack wrap on the side.
Those are so good.
And they just relaunched
Fire.
Is that like
Ooh,
because
yeah,
it's
that
dollar
counts.
menu?
Yeah,
All right, fuck
they're
it. Snack
fire.
wrap.
Snack
Okay.
wraps, baby.
All
I
right.
love
We need
Five Guys fries.
Yep.
Five Guys fries.
Just naming off food.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
wait,
say,
wait,
we're
wait,
way
wait,
off.
wait,
We're
wait.
way off.
This is a bad one. People
What
are gonna
about
be like,
what
"What's
about
wrong with
the
I tried organizing it. I couldn't get back to you guys.
the grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A? Those are fire.
Oh, you like
Fuck
the
it.
grilled?
We'll add them in there.
Yeah, of course
you
you like
like
the
the
fried.
breaded?
Yeah, fuck it.
Because the breaded is just
We're going unhealthy.
We've lost them.
I tried to organize it. I couldn't get it back.
All right, we'll
We just
try
love
this one.
food.
Top 5 candy bars.
Oh my god.
Dude, no, top.
What is
top.
with these fat
One
fatties?
candy bar. One candy bar.
Reese's.
If we do 5, we're going to list off 75 of them.
My
in an
favorite.
hour in.
Wait, is Reese's a candy bar?
Yes. One at a time.
My favorite Reese's.
Reese's? Snickers?
Snickers.
What do you got?
You go first.
Twix.
Yeah, I knew
Nice.
Yeah, have to.
Nice pick.
I like a good
Luke?
Hershey's bar.
Twix is my favorite.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
You gotta fix.
Hershey's.
Hershey's? What kind
I
of
love a Hershey's.
Straight,
The
just
regular.
straight?
Just
Milk chocolate?
OG.
Don't you make fun of me.
I think that's a solid pick. I think there's it's good chocolate.
There's like 100
I
grams.
like breaking off the squares.
Okay. You gotta
That's
pick a
hey,
different one because
that's a pick.
we need a fifth.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I love a good Snickers.
What about a Milky Way?
Already been picked.
It's already been picked.
Kit
Yeah,
Kat.
Milky Ways.
I'm not a
Kit
fan.
Kat. Kit Kat's
Kit Kat's
bang.
fire.
Kit Kat, Milky Way.
Nutter butter.
Nutter butter.
Ooh.
Uh,
Payday, 100 grand.
Yeah, payday, 100 grand.
100
really
grand's
slept
good.
on.
Almond
Yeah.
Joy.
Crunch is really slept on.
There's a Fruit
The
Loops
100
Hershey
grams
bar.
The cookies and cream crunch is wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I always get that at Pick and Save.
Thoughts on MK677 and on other
Oh
ways
my
to help
God.
increase hunger naturally?
You want to know how to
This one
increase
might
your
be
hunger naturally?
controversial. This one might be
Get
controversial.
fucking leaner.
I mean, if you have injuries, fucking use it.
Mm-mm.
You know?
I used to use MK677 with people, but I
I
110%
like it.
do not do it anymore because one, I've seen more people become insulin resistant from MK677 than even growth hormone.
Oh, they test higher blood sugars?
110%. Huh?
They test higher blood sugars?
Yeah, but not just higher blood sugar, fasted blood sugar, but their insulin levels. Because there's more to insulin resistance than just fasted glucose. It's your actual fasted insulin levels too. And so it's like, one, there's that. Two, I haven't seen this when I've used it with people in the past, but MK677 has been known to increase prolactin as well too.
Ooh.
Yes. So I'm not a fan.
yeah.
I'm like,
I
yo,
don't want
if you
that.
want to increase hunger, use some fucking growth hormone, and that's way safer than using MK677 in my opinion.
EQ's known to
Well-
boost appetite as well.
What'd you say?
Just to throw that in there, it does.
EQ?
EQ does. It does increase appetite.
That is true.
That is what it does.
That is true.
It's a very scrutinized drug in the industry, and if people could just manage, their blood pressure and their RBC, it wouldn't get looked at so
But I
shitty.
would
Take care of that. Don't blame the drug.
But I wouldn't add EQ in just to increase hunger.
No, absolutely not. No. I
yeah.
think if we're just gonna go in simplified terms, I mean, obviously we're getting off
For
topic
an
from the
off-season
MK,
drug,
but
if you're
just
pushing
move
food,
more.
maybe, yeah.
Just move more. If you're hungry, just move more.
GHRB6 has definitely increased hunger. I've seen that to work, but GHRB6 as well can definitely screw up your digestion. So GHRB6 stands for ghrelin receptor hormone. Ghrelin hormone receptor.
It blows my mind that you have to like increase someone's hunger.
I know.
I just eat.
Was that the
move
question,
more.
or was the question just about MK677?
No, is it in about diet, like how to make you hungrier?
Oh, that was specifically the question. I was going to
Wait.
say, keep your digestion in point and move more. It's
Yes.
the easiest answer we could give you that doesn't
Yes.
utilize you spending money or fucking
Yes.
up something in your blood markers.
Right.
Test your blood sugar, too.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
So, there's another one. Super simple.
All right.
Basics.
We're moving on to your guys' coach's corner.
Oh,
What
yeah,
do you
it's
got?
your turn.
Okay, so the one that I had today that actually leads us right into the next question. So obviously we can all go through these and use them different in different situations. But I was going to ask, if you're someone that is first getting on and utilizing growth hormone, and you had 4 units
Love it.
available a day, how would you utilize it for a first-time client?
Now, before I answer, what's the goal?
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Okay, yeah, so we can do it in 2 different scenarios. We'll do it both different ways. I'll give you both of it. So if you had to use
You
it
do
for...
bulking, I'll do cutting.
Yeah, okay. So
All right, so for bulking, I'm going to do I honestly, if I'm trying to put somebody size on, I'm not going to give them any pre-workout growth hormone unless they're over 2 IUs per day.
So you get 4. You get 4. You get 4 units.
Unless they're over 2 IU unless they're over 3 IUs per day. So if the goal is bulking, putting on a good amount of tissue, I'm gonna do all of that before bed.
Yep, 100%.
All of it before bed.
Zach,
I'd probably split mine up for a fat loss phase. Pre-cardio would probably be the first dose, and then I always want to make because if you have growth hormone mixed with fat burners, yohimbine, clenbuterol, things like that, all of them have a really good synergy of burning fat. So that's why I always try to make sure to put it pre-cardio because one, I love using cardio in a fasted state for burning fat, and on top of that, if I'm able to pair together a bunch of supplements that can help make that process a lot more optimal, I'm gonna do that. And then before bed, the situation is always making sure sleep's on point because how you're going to improve, you got to have...
You burn fat when you sleep.
Exactly. So 100%. You got to put the growth hormone there just to make sure that the quality of sleep is up to par there too so that you're actually able to burn fat and progress.
Now, for the people listening, when Zach said growth hormone in a fasted state before fasted cardio because it has good synergy with other fat burners, Clen, yohimbine, whatever else you could be taking, does not mean that you have to be taking Clen for growth hormone in a fasted state to work. Growth hormone alone is extremely good with lipolysis and oxidation of fat while you're fasted with no insulinogenic spike. Yeah. So you don't have to take Clen or yohimbine or albuterol or L-carnitine with growth hormone. Mm-hmm. But I've had more people use growth hormone and injectable L-carnitine in a fasted state than growth hormone and Clen.
Injectable L-carnitine is a dirty, dirty drug.
I love it.
It burns. It burns so bad.
Dude, I've never had PIP from it.
Really?
I've done 3 cc's of that shit before. I'm talking 1.8 grams.
You're psychotic.
Oh,
bro, never had PIP from it.
What the fuck?
I've never had PIP from it.
Just playing death metal at 7 a.m.
Bro, 3 cc's that have 600 mgs per cc.
Oh my god,
it's awesome.
I just hate having to pin more stuff, too.
Dude, I'll do
a real size needle.
Once in a while, to this day, even though I'm in the off season, I'll do 600 mgs bilaterally. Well, 300 left delt, 300 right delt if I'm training delts or some shit. Yeah.
Well, that goes like water too, doesn't it?
Or
It'll take forever.
Yeah. Or I'll just do whatever. I'll do 600 right in the glute pre-workout, and I get some wild pumps from it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You can take it all year round.
100%. Yeah. It's literally just the bioavailable form of L-carnitine. It's just an amino acid.
Yeah.
It's,
all right. What's the next question?
Okay. That's a good one.
Roll
this
us
one
on.
is going to be...
Always make sure to have a coach when you're using growth hormone, however.
Yeah, I agree.
No shit. Okay.
Andy Q.
Okay, so this one is going to be... Yeah, Andy Q. So this one is going to be... We can all do this. Let's just make sure that whoever's going, we just go one at a time. So for training frequency, is high-frequency training superior to low frequency training for optimal muscle growth, or do both have their place depending on the individual?
Great question. Diva, you want to start?
Yeah, you can start it off.
Well, they both have a place depending on the individual.
100%. That was going to be my answer.
Can you say it again? Because I got locked in on that.
So
part.
we can just simplify it down. If people, because it's a super very common question that people ask all the time, and I think we all probably get it. Is
There's
more volume
answers,
or less volume? Yeah.
Yeah. So
you started off.
Low volume has been great once we start hitting some plateaus.
Mm-hmm.
Pull everything back a little bit. Let the body kind of recover a little bit more. One good top set, move on to the next thing. Maybe one good top set and a back off set. And it allows the body to kind of take that break, kind of reset the system, and then you can dictate moving up the volume from there.
Yep.
So I think that has its place when you're deep in an off season, or maybe you just came off a prep, something like that. And then you can just roll it in cycles as you go and hit plateaus and things like that.
Now that you brought up coming out of prep, I think it's really important because I think a lot of people right out of prep, automatically, emotionally, they're going to fixate. I have all these improvements I need to make. I need to drive up my training performance so much in this hypersensitive state. Exactly. It's great that you're the most motivated you've ever been, but also I've seen people get really sick after prep because their body is in such sensitive state that it cannot handle the recovery capacity of what they're trying to do.
I think
so. It's like that. The best option after prep is starting from a low volume approach.
I think it's
seeing what you can handle.
Hold on. So you're speaking in terms of that's what you would edit, or at least in that question post show.
I'm saying let's say Devo just came post show. I'm like, we need to make all these adjustments right off the bat. I'm going to start from a more of a low volume approach and higher frequency.
Okay, so that's for post show. So what portion were you talking about? Were you talking off season?
I said deep in
This could
off-season
correlate
or
to like
post-show.
Deep in an
I
off-season.
said
health
both,
phases
yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that like when we're answering these questions, we make it like pre-known what phase we're talking about,
right.
because
So-
that is such a dependency of the situation.
It's the perfect mindset for post-show, though, is because you just came out of a show. You are in the perfect zero blank sheet moment.
Yeah.
And then deep in the off-season,
canvas is fresh.
Right, it's completely fresh. So might as well start with low volume.
Yeah.
We pulled everything back. We're going to roll in, and we can increase from there as we go.
Is there a scenario that you want to kind of talk? So he talked post show. He talked a little bit off season. Is there kind of a phase in training that you want to kind of talk about on how you would do things strategically?
What about weak body parts?
We could also do contest prep too, right? Like obviously if you're enhanced, it's going to be a lot easier because your rate of recovery is going to be higher.
Yep.
But if I'm prepping a client and I notice that they have a weaker body part that could be a lot better to give them that advantage, I could just add more volume there and just crank it out throughout the week. But yeah, like it doesn't have to be an enhanced person, but like it does make it easier, especially like if you're in contest prep, deficit, things like that. It's gonna be harder to retain muscle. So like, but yeah, that's one area I would do it. I mean, you can definitely increase volume in prep. You just got to really make sure that the client's feedback is in a space where you can actually do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people make the mistake on prep where it's like they get in the depths of prep and they think training more is going to make them look better. Training more volume is going to make them look better, when in all reality, that's not going to happen. It's like more volume is just going to increase inflammation. It literally, you can start losing tissue when you're in such a hypersensitive state and you're in a deficit because your body doesn't have the recovery capacity for it.
Yeah, it's going to be harder to build. But like, honestly, like at the start of prep, like I wouldn't hesitate to increase someone's volume just because they are fresh. They're going into a prep with like a still very fresh ability to like train and actually still progress.
Shit, I mean, when I was doing your workouts, that shit got
towards the end. It's going to be
Yeah.
really hard to preserve it, so I honestly won't increase volume towards the end. That'll be more of like the time to like really manage fatigue and things like that to keep the physique fresh. But at the start of prep, like I won't hesitate to maybe increase some volume whenever we need to.
There was a point in Devo's prep where I remember I brought him through a workout, and I think that was a pretty hard week for you that week mentally. And I remember you were like, "Hey man, I think you asked like you can bring me through a workout or something, or do you want to hit a workout?" And I said, "Hey, it's a rest day for me today, but I'll bring you through." Yeah. And we trained back, and I pushed his ass really fucking hard, yelled at him, but it was more so for the aspect of I want to get this motherfucker his mind space in the zone.
Right.
You know, like I wanted him to be like, "Yo, you may be feeling like shit. I understand that, but I'm here to push you and bring out the best within this workout." And I think I made that decision based upon where you were at mentally, not where you're at physically. And I think that can have a benefit. But if I would have told you to train like that every fucking day, I think there would have been many issues. But I also do think that within your prep, one of the reasons why you got so sick is you were prepping for so long. And also because of the intensity. And
I never brought it down. I didn't know you were supposed to bring it down.
Oh, but also this is the point where it's like, as a coach, I have enough humility to admit that I should have brought it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was, I mean, dude, that was fucking almost 3 years ago.
Right.
Almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No.
We're coming up on it.
That's wild.
We were such different, like younger, like minded
Such
crew back
douchebags.
then. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was fun.
I was going to say one thing to add to that question. So you covered off season, you covered kind of in contest prep, and he covered post show. Big thing that I wanted to add in there that a lot of people just mess up on, because obviously these three just gave you guys a ton of really good information on how to utilize and maybe look at your training a little bit differently, especially if you are someone that wants to be in contest prep. But majority of people don't do this one thing, and that's why there is so many question marks, and we talk about it all the time. Tracking everything. Tracking everything. If you watch the best in the world, they all have little notebooks. They all have little notepads. You watch Hunter Labrada, all these guys. You watch Martin Brett at the highest level. They're tracking their workouts. But not only are they just tracking their workouts, you know, look at the utilization of the calories in each phase, right? Like if your training performance is going down and, you haven't brought food up in a while, or vice versa, it could be a gajillion different scenarios. Like, everything needs to be looked at, and the more that you can track for yourself and give to your coach, the better that utilization is going to be through any phase.
What specifically are you tracking during your training?
Before we get
anything. So like just in general, right? Like, I want to see what movements you're doing. I want to see the order in which they are done, because that makes a drastic difference. I want to see how many top sets. Right. I want to see the actual reps. I want to see everything. I want to see, like at the end of a workout, or like when I'm building a training program for someone, if they're 6 weeks in and they're like, hey man, I'm super fatigued. Everything's killing me right now. My body's just aching. I might just take a few days of training away as a whole that week, or I might just pull volume down dramatically and keep food higher, right? Like we talk about it all the time. Managing a common theme that we all mentioned was managing fatigue, right? Like, that's probably one of the biggest aspects in your progression of training.
We did mention that.
Every single one of us, right?
All
like
of us,
that's a huge aspect. So it's like, the more that you can track on your end to give to us as coaches, the better we're going to be able to help manage your progression moving forward. Because if you're just dying in the gym and weights aren't moving and everything is plateaued, well, not only are you probably maybe not making the progression you want, you're going to get frustrated, right? And the frustration is going to lead to that, that fatigue, and that frustration also might lead to some resentment towards your coach. But it's like, if I'm not getting that biofeedback from you week by week,
you can't make any changes.
Yeah, I can't do my job. So I guess to like kind of like wrap all that whole topic up is, you have to do your end as a client to track these things, because just like anything else in the world, if we don't have variables to analyze, we're not going to be able to give you any feedback whatsoever.
Briefly, I want to touch on when you talked about the logbook and tracking. I think people don't understand what truly tracking the workouts should be.
Yeah.
Now, I've been the type of individual in the past where I would have my logbook. Okay, last week I did 405 on squats for first set, 12 reps, second set, 8 reps. This week I have to get 13 reps. This week I have to get 9 reps on my second set, or I have to do 415.
Over-focusing
on the reps. And what the biggest change for me, personally, I don't write any of my workouts down anymore, because mentally, when I go into my workouts, I do not even think about the load that I did last week. Now, how I got to that position was I would change the way I tracked, where I would do the exercise first, and I would make mental notes. How do I feel? What's my execution? How sore am I?
Yeah.
Am I getting a good pump? And I would base the load upon that.
Right.
And I would make sure that, okay, maybe last week on single arm pull downs I did 4 plates per side, but this week I'm doing 3 1/4.
Yep.
And because I'm a little bit more sore, but I have a much better execution, much better mind-muscle connection. And I think people don't fucking realize that, like, progressive overload is not just more weight. It is literally introducing your body to any novel stimulus where you force the adaptation.
Yep.
Okay? Now, people are only fixated on the load progression.
Right.
When load progression more strength does not mean a bigger, more muscle or a bigger physique or more adaptation. And people got to get out of that mindset when it comes to tracking their workouts, because that is. I used to be the type of person where I'd be like, I have to progress this week. I have to go up in weight. I have to do that. Dude, I would get stronger, but my physique would never change.
You might get 10 reps last week, 10 reps this week, but the 10 reps this week look so much cleaner, better, and under control,
bro,
compared to last week.
Last week, I did I did one. We have 120s at Social Candy, and then 110s, or do we have 115s?
120s.
120s and 110s.
2 weeks ago, I did 120s for my 2 sets of dumbbell incline. Last week, I did 110s because I was like, dude, you know what? I'm pushing these 120s, but like, I'm pushing it from getting decent reps, good tempo, but I'm not feeling my squeeze. I'm not feeling my upper chest. Drop down to the 110s. Way better connection, way more sore for the next 2 days.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm getting more progress out of that because I'm stimulating and recruiting much more muscle fibers than if I'm just pressing load to press load.
Yeah.
Right. You know?
We talk about that all the time.
I was going to say, let's that's a good wrap up on all those, but let's move on to the next thing. What do we got? Those are my 2 questions for the day.
We're going to
Did you have your you had your segment?
Yeah.
Zach's got one.
We'll power through it real quick.
We kind of decided my segment would be like, would you rathers?
Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
Do you have a couple?
A nice way to end it.
we decided mine would be would you rather. Would
Pulls
you
up
rather
ChatGPT.
fuck your mom or
Hey, man, those are fun as shit.
You know they are.
Oh, you think that's fun, huh?
Sick fuck. She makes good pizza.
That's funny.
Fight 10-year-old clones of you. The caveat
Bunch of
is they
fatties.
are very well coordinated.
Okay.
And
Shit,
then
I think you're getting killed.
versus fight one 30-year-old clone of you, but it knows like how you fight. Like it knows pretty much.
Oh,
It
then
predicts everything that you're gonna do.
Then the 10 mini-me's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
10
feel
of
like if
you?
he knows what I'm doing, I'm going to get tossed either way.
We're the same age.
Yeah, same age, so it's pretty much you versus you. Would you fight?
Bring it.
I feel like the fight would be never ending then.
Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
just
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
Just
no,
go.
what-
Yeah.
It's like the Captain Marvel scene.
I mean, it doesn't say the clone will ever get tired
At
or anything
some
like that.
point, At some
I
So
think
you
I'd
might-
fight the 10
You
minis.
might just have to mentally out tough it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Maybe I just am the one. I'm the 1 in 1 million opportunity.
You could be fighting.
You
for
get
like,
up, you're just like, I could do this all day. Fuck!
You could. You could be
I'm gonna
fighting
go
for
with
like
the-
48 hours.
I'm gonna go
straight.
fighting the 30-year-old me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
Dude,
would
a
be
bunch of
scary.
10-year-old
Give me the
me.
mini-me's, because
Yeah.
the mini-me
I
was
kinda-
tiny.
I was
10-year-old me
kinda
was
thinking
a
the
fucking
same.
dot.
I was thinking the same.
I was fat. I
Could
was
beat
playing.
the
But
shit
they're
out of
well
those
coordinated.
10-year-olds.
They could jump from walls. They could like do some crazy
Yeah.
shit. Like
Well, that doesn't mean.
Ain't no way 30-year-old me is gonna be jumping from walls. So that's what I'm thinking. That
yeah, I'll pick
Jumping
that.
from walls.
Yeah, I'm going after my kneecaps.
they're gonna
right
do some
away.
fucking Black
Alright,
Ops 3 type shit.
Okay, so you're gonna do. You
30.
guys are doing the same thing, and we're doing the same.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
All right, cool.
That was a good one.
All right, I got another one. The angrier you get, the stronger you become, versus the calmer you get, the quicker you become.
Calmer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a calm
fast
dude
as
in
fuck.
general.
Angry.
I get angry quick, so
So you're gonna
I
get
can
strong.
control-
strong as shit,
I
because
can
I
control my
rage.
anger. In the gym, I can like release it easily.
Well, that's
if
a
I
good
have
point.
big
You can
set.
get super pissed in the gym.
So
and,
I would
like,
just be like,
that's a
Dude,
great caveat.
I think all of us can get really pissed in the gym. But like I like the calm before the storm of a set. Like I close my eyes and I think.
but what are you gonna go run around then?
No, you go quick. Oh yeah,
That is a
point.
good point. If
Yeah,
you're calm,
fuck that. I can't
I get
calm.
quick
I tense all
activation
the
of my
time.
muscle fibers.
I would
Well-
never get to use my power.
if I'm baked as hell and I'm
Yeah, your
calm,
anxiety
no,
would
think
never
about
let
this.
you
Yeah.
If you're,
I'd want to get quick, and it'd be like, no.
no, think about this. If you're baked as hell on the couch, you're calm. So it's
So
like
you-
if you
Oh,
want to
still
go get some
can't.
snacks or some shit,
Still can't. I pick the strength.
we'd just be high all the time, just running around.
That's such a good one, bro.
Not helping the world.
You
in
turn
any
into the
way.
Flash, so you just keep getting higher.
just a fat flash.
Yeah.
All right, so we're doing all angry or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But also,
rage.
I'm gonna like. What if there's like an emergency? Like,
Oh, yeah.
the hurricanes.
I wanna
bro.
be
I'm
the
gonna be
Hulk.
calm and I'm gonna go save motherfuckers.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna be like,
you could use
people
this.
are dying.
That would be
Yeah.
such a
Hold up.
stressful.
You're lifting them
scenario.
I want to hold the bridge.
Dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
Imagine like
you could switch though, like you get super pissed, help like lift a building,
I
get
was-
people out of there.
Yeah,
but then
I'm
get
gonna, I'm
calm,
gonna go run them,
I'm gonna
grab
go
them
hit
bitches
my
in my
pen,
arms,
get
and take
super
them out.
calm, and then
Dude.
go save some people.
Like the number one fear is in like an ultra stressful, like crazy situation. You like don't do what you have to do to like get through that.
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
Right.
If you're angry and the situation's happening and you just get ultra like superhuman strength, I would never be
Good
worried
point.
anymore. I'd be like, fuck it,
Good
flip
point.
this car or like
Right.
throw something through
One
this
arm
human
But I'm
car.
thinking about it as in, what am I the most throughout the day? I'm more calm than ever angry.
Yeah, but I could get angry in a second.
In a-
going,
in a
I
heartbeat.
I would just refollow
Really?
everybody
No.
on Instagram.
Bro, dude, how I'll get
Yeah,
angry?
for real.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just
that's
need to
a great
open up
point.
someone's story that says taking on 5 new clients.
And then Devo's fucking powering
See them
through.
jump through the ceiling.
Devo's now benching 5 plates just automatically.
See, that's why I'd strength for sure.
Taking on.
Dude,
two.
I
was
feel
a
like,
good
bro,
one,
to
Zach.
get me really fucking mad, it's like you got to do something really bad.
Trent,
Effortless.
we could just pin and
Yeah,
and
Trent-
we'd have full control of the anger. I'm always angry.
I don't know. Somebody's got to fuck with one of you guys, or like fuck with Rally, or somebody's got to say something really bad.
Who added her story? Goes running down, tell him.
That's funny.
Saves the bank.
That was good.
See things before they happen or undo mistakes you've made.
Nope. See things before they happen. Everything that I've done has
Yeah.
made me who I am today.
I'm
Question,
cool with that.
question.
See things.
Do you still keep like the memory of like what you
Yeah.
did wrong if you can
Yeah.
fix the mistakes?
Yeah, for
Fuck.
sure.
Oh, then
For
fix
sure.
the mistakes, for sure.
For sure.
Wait,
sure.
but what, dude?
I'm
It's
good
kind of
with
the
what I've
same
done.
thing because if you see things before they happen, you're fixing a mistake before it
No,
happens.
Moving forward.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
preventing
guess.
a mistake.
Oh, I didn't think of that aspect. Yeah, yeah.
You're
That's a
preventing
hard
mistake
one.
Okay,
Or
okay.
undoing.
No,
a
I would
mistake.
I would go forward knowing that I can prevent bad things now.
Yeah, I would
But
do
also
that.
if you
Good
move
But
call.
I'm
forward-
okay that I've learned what I had to learn to get to here.
if you prevent the
Now I know
mistakes,
what to look
It's a
for.
double-edged sword.
if you see things before they happen, you know
So if
the
you get
decision.
a girl pregnant,
No, wait. Damn.
you could undo that mistake.
Wait,
by
oh.
Yeah.
undoing
Wait.
mistakes you've made.
You could
So
become
if-
the human abortion machine.
Oh my god.
Bro, clip that shit. Clip that shit.
What's his superhero? I'm the undoer.
Signing your clients now.
It never happened.
Come as much as you please with no regret.
Lance puts out a story. I'm looking for 5 women who want
Yeah.
to.
That'd be fucked
Oh my
up.
god.
That'd be done.
Hey, wait. This is fucking difficult because think about it.
I picked the one you chose.
But dude, now this is getting so deep because if you see things before they happen, you can see them before they happen, but also you aren't seeing
Can't prevent what
the
comes.
You could be in a
outcome
spot where
of
there's
whatever
like-
decision you choose.
You could
Yeah.
be in a spot where there's like a mass shooting or something, but you know it's gonna happen. So you could be like, "Get the fuck out of
But
here!"
also,
gonna
you don't
say-
know if you're gonna get shot.
If I can undo,
If you don't know the outcome.
I'm kind of
Oh,
like
that's a
I'm
good
kind of
point.
like
That's a
Doctor
good
Strange.
point.
I can just go.
You have the time stone at that.
I can just bring it back.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
un-
OG answer. My OG
undo
answer.
I was gonna say I'd be the.
My OG
This would
answer.
fuck me up if
My
I was
OG
on,
answer.
bro. If I was on
I'm the
shrooms,
undoer.
if I was on shrooms right now, this decision would be fucking me
Oh
up.
yeah, you could really just perfect everything.
I'd be spiraling right
You
now.
could try every. You could try
And you
every.
could
if
go
you don't
back
like
and
it,
change it.
So if you were in
Undo.
a situation like didn't know if to take a job, you could just be like, fuck it.
You
we'll
could Gormamo
take
it.
and then you could go backwards. and be
Gormamo.
like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
mama it. You could go mama it.
Everything you do, I've come to bargain.
You're 85.
It's the same. It's the same girl you got pregnant.
You're
I've
eight.
come to bargain.
You're 85 years old. You're like, I didn't like that outcome. Just
She's like, "What are you
rewind
talking about?
point.
I know what's going to happen."
it. I wonder.
The cycle. It's
I wonder at what point you can rewind though. Like, because if like
Unlimited.
like what if you get
Unlimited,
to
yeah.
85 years old and you're like, you know what?
Fuck it. Run it back.
That fucking
Yeah.
that like
Oh,
sucked.
that'd
Now
be
that I think
so
about it.
fun.
Good.
That'd be sick.
I think we're blowing this out of
You're,
proportion.
oh,
but-
dude,
I
imagine.
think
Dude,
we're
I know.
getting creative.
We have
I think we're
every
getting creative.
nuance to this
Yeah.
question
Imagine
available.
imagine 30 years from now you're
There has to be some
60 and
limits.
you don't like how that went.
Like,
and
all
all of a
right,
sudden-
undo your
and
life.
then you're just back in this basement with the
Damn.
boys again, and you're like, "Fuck it,
I
that
would
sucks."
That's sick. You feel like Adam Sandler and Click.
Yeah.
Great.
I know what happened to
Great
all
movie.
of you. You go, everybody, get off drugs. You guys are like,
Stop doing what you're doing.
You just look at Zach. Don't go to the strip club tonight.
You just see
You're
Zach,
getting robbed.
see Zach do one of these.
Shit. Dude, that's
crazy.
There's a TV show or movie coming out about that where the guy
Groundhog's Day
can
kinda.
die.
Yeah.
He can die.
Tom Cruise
But
did
every
that,
time
right?
he dies, he comes back to life. So he's not afraid to die because he's part of some big ass experiment of
That's
like going.
sick.
into
Tom
the
Cruise
future.
played that scene, right?
Dude, Tom.
I don't think Tom Cruise
Because
did
there
it.
was a movie where he was in, he
Tomorrow-
kept dying,
what was
and
it?
he
Oh,
had
no,
to
this
figure
is-
out like what was going to happen
this
to
one-
keep moving forward in the
I know what
mission.
you're talking about.
You know what
It's
I'm
a
talking
good
about?
movie.
The day after tomorrow. No.
No, Edge of
like that.
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but
It's
this
so
one,
good.
the movie I'm speaking of is yet to come out.
Oh.
It's it's pretty wild.
Interesting.
But anyway, boys, I think that was a fantastic
Perfect
podcast.
time to wrap up.
Wrap it up.
Oh,
Final
well.
thoughts,
Final
Zach.
thought.
Yeah, no, great episode. Football and check-ins today.
Nice.
It's gonna be good.
Nick?
Coffee too.
Final thoughts for you people out there hunting. Shoot your
Kill some
limit
shit.
and only shoot your limit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Because
my
I
God.
always follow the rules.
And that's exactly what I did. I don't know why I'm so
I didn't shoot 9 birds this morning, Jacoby.
Oh my God. Lance.
Comes back with some duck for us. Just a fucking plateful.
Not to bring it all the way back, but at the same time, great message that you gave me earlier in the week, and a reminder to everyone: power is where you give it in this world. So whatever you focus on, that's going to become your
You have the
reality. So
power.
keep it
Fucking
positive.
guru.
Yes.
Yeah, you have the power. Like, follow, subscribe. Have
Share.
a great week. It's fall. Enjoy the fall weather. We went golfing. I recommend get out there.
It's great.
Don't let it slip by because winter's going to be long, cold, and sad.
Pause before we leave. You guys, if you found value from this podcast, because this podcast was super packed with value and a lot of good dialogue, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share this shit with your friends. Get us in the algorithm.
Oh yeah, get us in
Because
there.
we went off today, and I think there's a lot of value that people could take away from this.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Fucking A right.
We'll catch you next week. We love you guys.